It's mid-September and time for one of John's annual trips to Adrian's resort at Lake of the Woods, Minnesota. It's the perfect time and the perfect spot for walleye and sauger, and you'll see why John makes it a point to come back year after year.
And as you can see, it's rod in hand, straight below the boat, jigs in your hand. It is some of the most enjoyable fishing that I ever experienced all year long.
Lake of the Woods, Minnesota is also known as the walleye capital of the world, and we're about to show you why on this edition of Fisherman's Digest.
I'll hoist him.
We said 14. I don't think so.
I don't think so. We're trying.
This one's a keeper though.
That one's a keeper. Oh yeah, oh my. Get the net. That means there's a group of them. Randy's got to be ready.
Be ready. It's not pull and drag though.
Well, Jimmy.
That's a good one.
Hey guys, welcome to the show here at Adrian's Resort up on Lake of the Woods. We're out on one of the launches mid-September. Jimmy's opened in the volley with a really good fish. Talk about that slot limit and why we're going to let that fish go.
Well, they got to be under 19 and a half. This one's probably 21 or so.
Yeah.
Nice fish though, nice walleye.
One of the things that you'll learn, and Jim was demonstrating that before he set the hook, as I had caught a fish and Randy had missed a bite. We're here today with my son Randy on the boat, a couple days off for fishing from his job, and that fish bit Jimmy and didn't let go. I mean, he put a little pressure on him to bend the rod and said, oh no, this is a nice one, and waited for me to catch my fish. So these fish, once they decide to bite these lake shiners, they're not shy. Yep, that's
You got him
keeper.
that time.
I'll hoist him.
You sure?
Yep.
There's a keeper.
Nice sauger.
Nice sauger.
Difference between the sauger and the walleye. Now this is a nice keeper sauger, and you see the spots on the fin, little black spots, no spot on the tail right here, and they tend to be just a little more brown versus green. They eat just like a walleye, you wouldn't tell the difference, and they're abundant here on Lake of the Woods, so they really contribute to the catch. Now the catch here on Lake of the Woods is you can catch 6 of a mix between walleye and sauger, but no more than 4 can be walleye. So you could catch all 6 sauger, you could catch 4 walleye and 2 sauger, you could catch 3 and 3, you get the idea, but 6 fish, nice generous limit up here on Lake of the Woods. What we're using is just a simple 3/8 ounce jig. I'm using a gold one, and I've tipped it with a little pink. It seems to get a little bit more bites. And the way guys hook them on up here at Lake of the Woods is the tip right down through the gill, and then you roll that around, and you put that mouth right up against the ball of the jig, and then you just prick it through the body, and that makes it lay like that. And then that helps get the jig back into the fish a little bit further. You get more hookups, or you're supposed to. I've been missing. Fish on? That's a nice one. Good job, Rand.
We finally got him.
Yeah, he's been playing with it.
Oh, that's a keeper. That's a nice keeper.
Oh my goodness. That is a nice one, Rand.
That is a nice keeper there. That's what we're looking for there. It's a beautiful eater walleye. It's the 16 to 17 inch range. You catch a lot of those on Lake of the Woods, and John's got another one here.
I get this one with no net. Another keeper.
Smaller
Stay on
sauger.
Randy there. That's a beauty, Rand.
But that's the perfect fish for Lake of the Woods for eating right there, the walleye.
Right, and if you look, you see the difference between the sauger and the walleye. Green, brown, spots, no spots. We talked about it earlier. Great job, Randy, good fish. No net. Right off the bottom, just bouncing it.
That's another nice sauger.
Another nice
wow.
sauger.
take a bunch of those.
Wow, another nice sauger. That's the third one from that spot in the boat right now. Beautiful fish. Like I said, they eat just like a walleye and they contribute to your catch. What's a big one, Jim? Maybe 16, 17? That's a pretty big sauger.
That's a really nice sauger. I've seen them here as big as 19 to 20.
Yep, I know. So what's happening while Randy rebaits is the boat up there, we talked to them and they've got 15 walleyes. And a lot of times the concept with Fisherman is, Jim, is to run around and find fish, whereas here it's really, we're off a piece of structure off to the shoreline side of it. It's really more sit tight and just wait for fish to come to you, right?
I compare it to like deer hunting, where you sit on a deer stand. If you're out chasing deer, you might not see a lot of them, but if you sit in one spot, eventually they'll come to you. And they come through in schools, different size schools. You might get school saugers, might get school walleyes, might get school big walleyes.
For those of you who, oh yeah, that's a nice one, fish.
It's another one, about a 15-incher.
Beautiful. Talk about the different presentations a guy can do when they come up here, Jim.
I'm gonna let Chris do that. He's the guide. He's the expert on all the different presentations you can use.
Well, a lot of times I like to use plastics, jigs. I like pulling crankbaits, 3-ways, using bottom bouncers, spinners. There's just numerous ways to catch them out here. And a lot of times we catch them suspended. Catch them on lead core, long line and crankbaits, and pulling spinners up high in the water column. But mainly jigging and seems to be a good way to catch all these fish. Minnows or worms, plastics. Jimmy's good at it.
The guides that fish out of Adrian's are very knowledgeable about the fishery, and they know about the season changes, water temperature changes, and they'll find a way to get you on the fish.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, nice walleye. Just holding it off the bottom and bouncing it. Like 1 inch off the bottom.
That's a 15 to 16 there.
Yeah, nice fish. Right in the lip. Right out in the sun. Look at the pretty colors. These Lake of the Woods fish are gorgeous. And my son and I like to come up here literally just to have the fish fry at Adrian's when we get off the water. They'll make, you know, some baked beans and some either French fries, onion rings, cheese curds, whatever. And I'm telling you what, there is nothing better than these fish, fresh, clean, cooked the same day. Awesome stuff. So to the guys over there in the Great Lakes region who watch my show, I've been coming up to Adrian since 1992. And this is an annual trip, sometimes 2 times. We're here in the middle of September. I'll get rid of this fish. And all the way September and October are fantastic fall fishing here. The ice does come early typically here. It's too cold to fish by the 1st of November. And but I'll tell you what, it's awesome fall fishing. And as you can see, it's rod in hand, straight below the boat, jigs in your hand. It is some of the most enjoyable fishing that I ever experience all year long. You know, I do a lot of trolling for different species, but my favorite single way to fish is this exact way to fish, where you've got a minnow on a jig, straight below the boat. You feel that bite, bonk, and you can set the hook and fight those fish in.
Nice sauger. That's kind of a typical sauger on Lake of the Woods right there. That 13 to 14 inches. Pretty fish. This one's a nice thick one. That might be a netter.
Oh, nice walleye, Rand.
There's a 15-inch walleye.
There's a nice one. Good job, Rand.
Oh.
Oh, Sauger King strikes
Sauger
again.
King is back. Nice sauger.
Them are nice saugers. And this right here is why you don't say no to the saugers on Lake of the Woods. They're every bit as nice as the walleyes.
They love to splash butts on my
Yes, exactly. They like to mess my cameraman's lens up, but this one's been somewhat cooperative. Good job. I'm excited. This is going exactly like I wanted it to. Showing you exactly what's here. You'll get the random big fish, and sometimes you will get multiple big fish. You pull into a spot, it's every bit the same chance you catch a bunch of big fish versus a bunch of small fish. It's nothing to pull in and get 3, 4, 5 overs and not always catch the little ones, but on this spot we got a nice mix. Oh yeah, oh my, it's not moving.
I think it's just a keeper.
We'll go back down with my rod. Just pick my rod
He's
up.
getting bigger.
Okay, my rod's
Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
I think I gotta loosen my drag a little.
Maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I had a real nice night too.
Yeah.
It just a hair short of 19.
Perfect.
And we're hungry, so we're gonna eat them. He doesn't look like he's hooked all that well.
Okay, I'll have the net. You stay right there.
We're just getting some footage here now. Oh!
Yeah. Good job. Yeah, Jim dropped the jig literally and it went right in his mouth.
Another nice 16 and a half incher. Beautiful walleye. We definitely got a school of fish going under us right now. They've been smaller today, but now we're getting into some nicer fish.
Jig move. Oh, you go.
There's
Got him,
my
Jim.
fish. I'm good. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
Told you he was a decent fish.
I still got my wrapper from my lunch in my hand, reeling that one.
We're all eating, and I told Randy, Jimmy missed one. I said jig, and so we all grabbed our rods from lunch, and that's Randy's fish
That
right
sounds
there.
pretty decent. My minnow in there?
Oh yeah, tail sticking out of the throat. Good job, Bram.
Nice fish.
And this right here is what we do. This is the jig. If you're looking for equipment, they've got all the jigs you need there at Adrian's, but of course this is the typical gold and pink is a great color. Jim's got gold, pink, and white on. Basically something with gold on it is a pretty much can't fail. There are different times of the years where guys will experiment with different stuff, but a gold jig with some type of a color on it is a great choice. And then that's what we talk about, Lake of the Woods style, where you thread it in, then you poke it back out halfway through the body, so when that fish comes up and grabs it, you just ram the hooks home. And you don't have to be quick with the hook set. You want to work that fish a little to get him to rebite. Yep. That's the keeper, Sauger.
Sauger King's rod.
Sauger King's rod. Yes, a keeper Sauger. Yay. Yeah, walleye? Oh no, that's a walleye. That's a better one. Hoist him in. That's a Sauger, that's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Nice Sauger. That's a cooler fish. Jig fishing for sure.
Oh, there's a bite. This is a keeper.
Come on, keeper man.
That's a keeper.
Yeah. Jimmy to the rescue. Oh, double.
Uh-oh.
I think it looks like the captain's might be bigger. That's a keeper Sauger. And that
Boom. This is a monster sauger.
monster. Hold him really close. Look at that guy, size of his fingers.
I got my fingers hidden.
Catch him. So hey guys, we're gonna pull up right now, and we're pulling the anchor up actually, and cleaning it. And we're gonna go into the lodge and have a little bit of a Sunday siesta, maybe a little quick bite to eat, watch a little Sunday afternoon football. We're gonna go grab a couple of kids. Brian and I and Corey kind of run the resort now as the ladies are getting older, and we're gonna try to talk Brian and Odin into coming out fishing with us tonight. Stay tuned. We're gonna another bite. Oh yeah.
That's a
Oh,
nice
Oh, that's a big one.
that's a big fish. That's a big one.
It didn't move. The rod.
I got you. Yeah, look at the graph is stupid with fish.
It's not that big.
It's big enough.
It definitely stopped it when I set the hook.
Yeah,
though.
when the rod tip.
Do you want to reel it in, Odin? What?
Heel clout.
Yay, Odin's eating good tonight, buddy. So that's 2 wheel plug.
It don't matter. I guess we can.
Ooh. Yeah, get him, Odin. Get him, buddy. That, Bry.
Oh, I got the hook in this one. You grab
Oh
that
yeah,
one?
he does. That thing is a good fish. Keep him coming, Ode. Oh, it's a big walleye. Way to go, Ode. Woohoo!
Did he swing it in?
Way to go. Show it off, buddy, to the camera when you get it off. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Brian's got one behind us. His son Odin's got one. We came back out for a little quick night bite tonight. Catch a few more fish.
Looks like a decent
It's
one.
a decent one, though.
That's right there.
Oh, Odin, look at that one. Guide service, buddy? Show that one off. Top of the mouth. This is what happens when your kids grow up in Lake of the Woods. They know how to handle fish.
It's not his first rodeo.
No. Look at that.
Right
Perfect
in the
shot,
right
Ode.
in the box.
Good job, buddy. Thank you. There you go, Ode. Oh yeah, that's another. That's a big one. That's a big one. Way to go, Ode. You're carrying everybody here, buddy. Whoa. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Woo!
Show that one off to the camera, Ode. Yeah,
Nice fish, Odin.
got a nice one. Oh yeah. That's actually. Oh. Yeah, that's a net. Brian. Yeah, it's a good one.
It doesn't feel like a walleye. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a walleye.
Is it?
Oh, it's a nice one.
Oh, it's a big walleye.
Here you go, Odin.
There you go.
Fish that one off, buddy.
Show that big boy off.
Get your...
John never lets a season go by without at least one trip to Lake of the Woods, Minnesota. It's known as the walleye capital of the world, and it's hard to find a spot with better fishing and more generous limits. Fisherman's Digest recommends Adrian's Resort as the perfect place to stay. Adrian's is located on the Rainy River and Lake of the Woods, and while we're here in the fall, Adrian's is open year-round. It's a favorite destination for anglers, hunters, snowmobilers, and vacationers who just love the great outdoors. Adrian's has clean and spacious cabins and plenty of sites if you're traveling with your own RV. The resort features its own tackle shop to make sure you've got everything you need to get hooked up. You'll also find a full-service restaurant and bar right on site. After a successful day on the water, be sure to take advantage of Adrian's Cook Your Catch service for that perfect meal to complete a perfect day on the water. Learn more about the world-class fishing on Lake of the Woods at lakeofthewoodsmn.com and explore what's waiting for you at Adrian's by visiting adriansresort.com.
I think it's a burbot.
It doesn't feel like a walleye.
Is it a
Oh,
burbot?
it's a nice one.
Oh, it's a big walleye.
Here you go, Odin.
There you go.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here today out of Adrian's Resort on Lake of the Woods on Fisherman's Digest. Thanks to my buddy Odin and Brian and everybody from Adrian's for bringing us up here and letting us have a great couple of days. We'll see you next week on Fisherman's Digest.